Cosmos are used to seeing him play, but the recently unveiled New Age main and absolutely on fire, taking Twitter by storm. It's been the Roy, a much more aggressive geared character than the more defensive playstyle we're used to seeing Leo play. But the movement speed of Roy can still be used defensively, and I think it's a character that fits Leo very well.
You know, it's funny that you mentioned that, because I was in the longest time, I was in that camp of like, you know what, Roy is not a Leo character, this is not spacing, this is not pinpoint movement like Joker, this is just Roy swinging a sword and kind of aggressively closing space. But in this meta, where you don't close space, you kind of get walled out or touch of death if you get too close, Roy's a character that can kind of like fit that middle ground, unless you're fighting some very specific matchups like Kazuya, who doesn't really care, or, you know, some characters like Steve, who also doesn't really care, right? But I mean, Aegis, you know, a character that can also play that mid-range really well. We're going to see some... Oh, that clipped the double jump. That was really nice. Okay, all right. First not going over to MKLeo's Roy.
I mean, the damage, the jabs, the pressure. Cosmos is trying to answer back, but Leo is not one to be deterred. So good at getting off the ledge, going to with the pressure and the sour spot back. That was crazy, man. Finding that to get the extension, not able to continue it after the point, but he is already showing us things we've never seen before or with Roy.
I was listening to Tweak actually work with a student on Aegis and talk about switching back and forth, and I've really been noticing a lot of different like switch timings for Cosmos, where he opts to stay Mythra a lot of the time, but then really likes to lock it in Pyra.
Dude, I don't know what's happening. I'm seeing Cosmos kind of get a little bit rattled right now, but down here on the tech in? Okay, Foresight's his way out. Very good. I agree with you entirely. I think that Roy is a character that can kind of make these situations work, but you have to be really aware of the swaps, right? The swaps, if you miss a swing, you get swapped, you can get maybe reversal disadvantage. So Cosmos picking up really, really well.
Yeah, absolutely, but gonna have to start the journey of 1,000 steps starts with one singular step. Finally finding this single stock in this game so far. We're going to need to see something explosive from Cosmos to even this back up quickly.
Yeah, the down throw on the platform, finding the back air. Now the pressure getting you to ledge, but you are stuck in special fall, and Roy being in fast fall is able to get down for the punish. So now resetting to neutral, but calling out the spot dodge with that neutral air. Cosmos playing so disciplined right now. Dancing left, right, and center to be now down a stock, but not out of this one yet. He's just pushing to the corner and trying to lock in to find the stock, force the last stock situation.
Oh, great tech on the platform, dodges the platform. Oh, he's going to be off stage. Roy can be kind of exploited off stage, but I don't know what Aegis would do besides maybe Pyra downer. Mythra's not going to do too much. Maybe an up B, but jab up air, getting the stock anyway. Game 1 going to Leo.
Yeah, and those conversions were very clean. I feel like the stocks were taken pretty efficiently. The combo and the advantage state was definitely there. Leo advantage state's good. It doesn't matter who he's playing. Leo's advantage state collapsed, and Roy's just a character who really, really complements that.
And you need that fast advantage state in this meta, because otherwise, like I mentioned before, a lot of people, this game has been out for 5 years. We have our 0 to 50s, 0 to 60s already ready to go, and it's all about the positioning to get those 0 to 50s and 60s that is more important than the actual hits themselves.
It's reducing, as you mentioned, reducing those interactions to kill as the game becomes more and more optimized, because you already have the combos down. So how do you do it as efficiently as possible? A character like Roy provides that upside that Leo has been looking for to do that in a way that suits him. And he, with his spacing being as immaculate as it is, we already saw things like sour spot back air to set up for a frame trap and to grab, right? Like, he is already innovating with this character just because of how good his spacing is at every state of the game.
I think FD's a super interesting pick. I feel like we're going to see a lot more of those long advantage states. It's going to be hard to land. Neither of these characters land super well. I know like Roy has like B reverse and wave bounce side B to sort of mix up landings, but these characters aren't known for impeccable disadvantage states. And bro, Cosmos just taking my man for a ride.
That was maybe like one consistent advantage state, and it just didn't stop. And that's the thing with FD in this game, is that a lot of people need platforms to land on. Both these characters have like these, you know, Mythra can nair her way down, you know, and you know, Roy, like you said, can wave bounce side B his way down. But like, you know, you're still vulnerable. You can still be doing bad things on field.
Don't forget that Aegis also does have foresight, right, to find her way back.
Oh, nice.
As Cosmos now going up 3 stocks to 1, but on top of that, she loves FD for the same reason that pre-patch Sheik did. Right? She's this incredibly fast character who is going to just play oppressive, outframe data you in neutral. She also has foresight as that defensive tool. And as we saw, right, she's able to just find these juggles, find these advantage states, and just stay underneath you when you have nowhere to land.
Yeah, and Leo finally slowing down the runaway train that was Cosmos, but nah, he's still scrapping, not slowing down for too long. Yeah, big ledge trap coming out here. We keep it going. Dodges it. It feels like Cosmos really just has MKLeo's number.
Yeah, this is definitely a byproduct of the FD pick. I mean, like you mentioned with Ritual, it's just one advantage state is leading to so much. Look at Leo's trying to scramble for center stage and finds the tower up air. Gets an offstage switch for the first time. Where are you going?
He was looking to cover the low route there with that backer, but overcommitted. And didn't want to show off a rising one to mix it up, but that means that your back air, which rises from bottom to top, isn't going to cover both angles anymore. So Leo cutting call, overcommitting, but not going to lose a stock. Gonna get caught again though, and yeah, taking the damage there. I think more Aegises need to optimize using that move that way. It's so good.
22 to 25 in one neutral interaction is very short and sweet, and it's one button, nothing to think about.
Yeah, and I think it's super interesting the way Cosmos has been sort of switching back and forth multiple times in disadvantage between Pyra and Mythra. It's sort of like shades of YouTube air dodge and Smash 4 that I think is super interesting. Sort of blinking back and forth just to give brief moments of intangibility.
Yep, and also on top of that, it does shift your aerial momentum slightly, so you're able to drift further horizontally because when you buffer a special in Ultimate, right, it conserves your momentum while it's starting up. That's why you see players like Light, when they buffer Illusion out of the blast zone, still get carried back slightly further and die. It's the same thing with Cosmos switching to do that recovery. It's that startup is basically carrying him ever so slightly further.
Yeah. Run it back to PS2. MKLeo said, I'm not messing with that whole FD. I need the flats back.
Yeah, I did listen to the bands. I heard Battlefield and Small Battlefield, which I'm very curious. I think that those side flats are both very, very good for Roy to make work. But Leo might have a different game plan in mind with Roy for this matchup.
I think he just wants to space probably a little bit. Like, he feels like, I can't I'm Roy, but this is Aegis, right? She's one of the few characters in the game with a sword, maybe the only one that can outspeed me. So I just want the room to work with to try and control the pace of play because I'm the more defensive player anyways.
Mythra is the neutral queen. If you make a whiff or a bad mistake, she's already ready there to go for it. But don't forget, Roy still has that sword to cover space. I mean, aggressive jabs and airs coming in. I like that uppy, calling the air, kind of like reminiscent of what Alvin would do.
I do a lot too because it's that down tilt, right? If you catch sour spot down tilt, one thing, sweet spot the other. Leo just putting you in these catch-alls to push you to the ledge, take the damage, and because of those ledge traps, those edge guards so efficient, he will not give you the chance to breathe and get back. What an early up special. Finds the hit, recognizing he has a hitbox.
She's too thin. Oh.
Wow.
I can't believe she got out of that side B right now.
That didn't even look like SDI. That just looked like she fell out because of just the multi-hits not working.
I can't believe that neither character died there.
Yeah, actually. Mythra rolling to center. Cosmos holding this Pokeball down. Trying to find a way to get this kill. Staying on Mythra to win neutral right now.
I really like the emphasis on very low commitment that Cosmos is playing neutral with right now. Really not letting MKLeo get anything big started, which is the way you need to play when you're at a down air.
Oh, it popped up!
Yeah, that's the Roy classic, right? That move just so hard to find the sweet spot on. Leo trying to catch you with back hit up there, pop you up for a combo starter, but Cosmos saying, hey, I've got a big active hitbox above me with this up smash. Shades of Violet coming in, Leo getting a taste of his own medicine there as he goes down to even up the stock count. That being said, Cosmos is the one at the percent disadvantage here and has to be very careful because a weak hit up air, a jab is gonna be the stop.
Why did Leo jump into the uppy?
Yeah, drop the combo, picked it back up again.
Okay.
Hey, yo.
I feel like that's why you won't ever roll to bring your jump ever, but hey, more power to you. You want to try to get over the slash.
He is so good at that. He's been doing that second and strike angled up to pop you, mix your DI, and keep you in the range to find the sweet spot so many times today. And
I saw it on Twitter. I saw the Roy mains talk about ways to make side B connect way more consistently with throwing in different direction slashes there instead of just doing all side B. So MKLeo definitely studying up.
Whip punish dash grab coming out from Mythra right now. Oh, foresight coming out.
Yeah, I like that foresight just trying to reset, utilizing it again. And that's one of the things that is also really stuck out to me about Cosmos' play tonight. He's really implementing foresight a lot more than we've seen him do in the past, and it's reflecting in his results, right? That just extra defensive option, which time on a budget, but you know what? Which time at home is still pretty dang strong.
Yeah, definitely. These Pyra grabs are coming out. Honestly, I'm surprised it took this long for Aegis players to maybe make foresight work, because it's kind of not intuitive to work, so I don't blame them. But seeing it impact this gameplay is very, very important.
Yeah, I like that from Leo, just straight down Waveland, giving himself just a little bit of extra ambiguity because Cosmos sees you go up there and land and has to respect an option that might come out, but instead Leo just Wavelands, gets his feet down, eats the end lag, and by the time Cosmos is ready to react, Leo's now taken the advantageous position to set up for that stock. It was just beautiful. Just the movement-based fake outs that players like Leo do. Ooh. to control the pace of play, to bait you when you're that more aggressive player into just overextending slightly is beautiful.
That's the kind of stuff that's honed through playing multiple games and being a veteran of the game. You can't really teach that kind of stuff to somebody who's picking up the game for the first time. It comes through years and hours of experience. I am very surprised with the Kalos pick. I'm sure Leo banned FD this time and Kalos is not open, and you know it's the second FD. But these side plats are probably going to be very beneficial for Roy. You can find a very quick jab backer on the side, or even a side B if Leo goes for like a jab side B. So it could be beneficial to Leo over FD. Definitely like he's picking more, but curious to see what's going to happen here.
As well as lower percents too, you can find jab into an extender on the platform and then carry people well into the blast zone. Find some cheeky early stocks here, even with Kalos' large blast zone. But as you mentioned, that open FD space is going to just allow Aegis to run rampant. Roy doesn't really get to sit back on those platforms and play defensively either because he's such a fast faller.
I love the way Leo is using roll as a way to kind of like get center stage after a usual safe button, where a lot of Roys are going to do aerial jab or aerial grab to stop you. He's going to do aerial into roll in for stage, and he's going to play around that. And you know, roll being iframes on frame 4 for forward roll and 5 for back roll is very beneficial. It's fast, right? He gets it quickly.
Yeah, and you know, definitely something that you can catch up on, but rolling it's kind of hard. It's like a committal to try and read and punish it. So getting
watch out. Oh, great
get up attack. Yeah, phenomenal to throw out the hitbox right there.
And there's that right aerial into defensive option you were talking about. I guess that time it was a spot dodge. He did an aerial into a parry attempt before. He's just trying to start to add the layers to it now because Cosmos might recognize, hey, aerial into roll, that's a roll habit. I can take advantage. But Leo keeping the mix going, keeping Cosmos guessing out of those positions, and playing so measured on his swings. He's swinging so many less times than other Roy players do. And it's giving him the opportunity to connect, it feels like way more because Cosmos is just scared sometimes.
Yeah, MKLeo has always been known as like that real fundamental player, and so I really like the way he is literally standing there patiently to try and catch other stuff, using spot dodges to try and beat out various Mythra moves, but Mythra's snare is not something you can spot dodge, bro, I'll tell you that.
No. Well, actually, if you're Mythra, you can foresight, but that's only in the Ditto, and that's not going to happen here, so there you go.
I love that movement mix-up from Cosmos. He jumped around the platform and then drifted back underneath it, keeping Leo guessing. Leo getting caught by the ambiguity, allowing Cosmos to get back to stage. And now it's going to be Cosmos' turn, but the little bit of a clank between those sour spots means that both players pop out, but Cosmos able to keep going here and keep racking this damage up.
This is a very even game. I'm actually baffled that these two are playing tonight right now. This is insane. And that's going to be a huge kill on the missed tech right there. Can't be missing those techs at that ledge against Roy, man. That's tough.
Gonzo coming out. I think the best part I've been noticing about Leo's play is that, you know, Mythra is not known for a great out-of-shield option, at least aggressively, right? Maybe foresight defensively. Yeah. And that allows Leo to kind of play this scramble CQC situation at a range that he's comfortable with Roy, right? It's showing itself very clearly. If a Game Watch has an upbeat, you don't get any mix going. You just don't want to be there. But you can still be mixing in this sorty matchup.
And there's Leo just pulling out the raw double-edged dance out of nowhere. They're saying, you will never expect this, so I'm gonna find it, trying to find tower spot fair jab into the back air. That's just good DI check by utilizing speed and the raw call out. Leo is a man on a mission right now. I don't think I've seen him swing for raw kill options like that in such a long